Hi guys, this is Noiser with another episode of Equipped, the series where I share my preferred loadouts and playstyles for different operators. Hopefully you can find something that you can use to improve your game in Rainbow Six Siege. Today we are going to take a look at one of the operators from the Skull Rain DLC, the attacker Capitao. This guy has a crossbow that is a great tool when you want to block a doorway or deal with defenders hiding in the corners of the objective room, for example. He is so much fun to play and can actually bring an extra tactical advantage to some game modes, which make him even more interesting, I think. After trying out both Capitao and Caveira for some time now, I think Capitao is by far the most important of the two. So if you have to choose, I would recommend to spend your renown on him first. But that's just my opinion, of course. What surprised me a lot was that Capitao is a high-speed, low-armor operator, like Ash or IQ, and personally I love it. When it comes to weapons, Capitao can choose between two primaries, the Para 308 assault rifle and the M249 light machine gun. The Para 308 might be one of my new favorite guns. It feels very accurate, deals high damage, and has a quite manageable recoil. I equip it with an ACOG and flash hider to get good tap fire control, and actually equip the angled foregrip for faster ADS. The reason for this is that I don't really feel a difference in recoil when comparing the two grips, and for that reason, I go with the angled, to be able to aim down sights faster if I run around a corner or spot a guy that I need to engage right away or something like that. The M249 is a beast of a gun and actually a bit easier to use than I expected. I equip this with the compensator since I often fire this with long bursts and continuous suppressing fire. And since that's something I often do at range, I prefer to use the ACOG. For the secondary, you can only choose the PRB-92, and as usual for attackers, I equip this with a silencer to be able to take out cams and traps silently. I picked the frag grenades mainly because they are both a possible breaching tool and a great complement to the crossbow. The crossbow is his special ability and it can fire two different types of bolts, and you get two of each. The asphyxiating bolt will kill an enemy in contact with the fire in about 2 seconds or so, and the micro smoke grenades have blue smoke that can help to cover your approach. They are not as effective as the regular smoke grenade, but still very useful, as you can aim them very accurately. The asphyxiating bolts are a great tool for many reasons. You can cause some confusion inside the objective room, get defenders out from hiding spots, and also make sure that defenders can't get into the objective room for a couple of seconds. This is especially handy when playing bomb, as you will often plant in an empty room and then try to hold a couple of angles to stop the enemies from getting in. With Capitao, you can easily close one or two entry points for several seconds, which often is enough to secure a win. Unless you're the only one left against an entire team or something, of course. If you use the two bolts consecutively on the same entry point, you will shut that down for a long time, and running through the fire will leave the defender quite vulnerable as you lose health very quickly when in contact with the flames. When playing Capitao, I try to take on quite a supportive role when it's bomb, as I know how important it can be to have him alive when planting the diffuser. I also often try to carry the diffuser myself or move together with the carrier to be able to support and cover that player when diffusing. In other game modes, I play a bit more aggressively, but I try to save the asphyxiating bolts for a spotted player or a situation where I need to protect myself or a teammate from getting flanked or something like that. The effective radius on these are extremely small, so there's no reason to waste them really, especially since you only get two. One cool thing about the bolts is that you just need a small hole in a wall to shoot through, so you can surprise the defenders quite a lot if you know where they're hiding. When it comes to his guns, the M249 is almost as much a tool as it is a gun. You can use it quite effectively to open up kill holes, and with its suppressing power it's great to pin down defenders while your teammates are making an approach. If I know I will play on a map with a lot of walls or doors that I would like to open on a distance, I go with the M249. But when it comes to just choosing the best gun, I go with the Para 308, as I feel it's the easiest gun to use in all sorts of situations. Don't get me wrong, the M249 is a great gun and tool, but when I'm going to peek a corner or rush an enemy, I much rather have the assault rifle in my hands. So, to sum this up, Capitao is a great tactical addition to the game, as he can get defenders out of their hiding spots behind shields, in corners of the room or small rooms next to the objective. And he also makes it harder for roamers to get back into the objective room when the attackers have planted the diffuser, are securing the room, or escaping with the hostage. And when playing bomb, I'm a bit careful to make sure I'm alive and by the right objective room when it's time to defuse. Capitao is an attacker that I gladly pick in ranked games, especially as long as someone else have picked Thermite and Thatcher. He's probably my first pick when it comes to choosing an operator that performs well and is fun to play. This guy can be really annoying for the defenders and can make the other attackers better, in the same way that Fuse can, by causing confusion and getting people out of hiding spots in the arms of the other attackers. So that's about it for today, guys. What are your thoughts around Capitao? Have I missed something you would like to add? Have you tried him out, and how do you like to play him? Perhaps you don't agree at all and think he's the weaker of the two Bopi operators. Please share your thoughts by leaving a comment below. And give me a thumbs up if you like this video. It makes me so happy to see all those likes and comments the last couple of weeks, and I really need all sorts of feedback I can get. If you're not already a subscriber, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date with my future content. On Sunday, it's time for another episode of Quick Tips, and until then, I will keep being Noiser. Hej då!